Someone cuts you off in traffic and the verdict is instant. What a jerk. A reckless, selfish idiot. But when you cut someone off last week, you knew the truth. You were late for something important. The sun was in your eyes. It wasn't really your fault. Same exact action. Two completely different explanations. For them, it's who they are. For you, it's just what was happening. And this quiet little double standard runs in your head hundreds of times a day, silently poisoning how you see almost everyone around you. It's called the fundamental attribution error, and it's one of the most robust findings in all of social psychology, named by psychologist Lee Ross in 1977. The idea is simple. When we explain other people's behavior, we massively overweight their character and underweight their situation. There's a classic experiment from 1967 by Jones and Harris. They had people read an essay either praising or criticizing Fidel Castro. Crucially, some readers were told the writer had been assigned which side to argue. They had no choice at all. Logically, that essay tells you nothing about the writer's real beliefs, but people couldn't help themselves. They still concluded that a writer of a pro-Castro essay must actually be pro-Castro. Even knowing the person was forced, we read their behavior as their true self. And once you see it, it's everywhere. A coworker is late and you think they're lazy. Not that their kid was sick. A friend doesn't reply and they're being cold. Not that their phone died. Someone struggles with money and they're irresponsible. Not that they're standing in front of walls you can't see. But flip it to yourself, and the explanations magically change. I was late because of traffic. I didn't reply because I was swamped. I failed because I got unlucky. Psychologists call this the actor-observer bias. For others, we reach for character. For ourselves, we reach for circumstance. So why is the brain wired this way? Two reasons. The first is that it's lazy, and judging, he's just a bad person, takes far less mental effort than carefully reconstructing the whole tangled situation someone might be trapped in. The second is about your literal point of view. When you watch someone else, their person fills your entire field of vision and the situation fades into background. But when you act, you can't see your own face. All you can see is the situation pressing down on you. So the spotlight always lands on the other guy's character and on your own circumstances. So step back and something humbling comes into focus. A huge share of your judgments about other people might just be you failing to see their situation. The error doesn't claim that character isn't real. It's that you systematically mistake other people's hard circumstances for their fixed nature. And once you can catch yourself doing it, two things happen at once. You become a lot more forgiving of people, and a lot harder to fool with cheap labels like, "Those people are just like that." So what do you actually do with this? First, when someone does something that looks awful, ask one question. What situation could make a basically normal person act this way? Second, extend to others the same generous explanation you give yourself. If you're late because of traffic, assume they might be too. Third, distrust labels. Lazy, stupid, selfish, bad. Those words are usually the attribution error taking a shortcut. Fourth, remember it runs both ways. When someone praises or attacks you, it may say more about their situation than your soul. And fifth, before you judge, widen the lens until you can find the invisible wall they might be standing behind. Because the next time you're about to say, "People like that," just pause. What you're seeing may not be their character at all, only the wall you couldn't see them standing in front of. The real question is almost never, what kind of person are they? It's, what situation am I failing to see? So tell me, when was the last time you judged someone harshly, then later found out what was really going on?